Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the American Airlines Roundabout Theater. Broadway theaters like this one are among New York City's greatest attractions, and they are a big reason why millions of people from far and wide come to visit our city each year, and continuing to attract tourists and continuing to make New York a fresh and exciting destination, as you know, is one of our administration's top priorities. And that's because every year tourists support more than 300,000 jobs in our city by spending billions in our hotels, our theaters, restaurants, stores, and taxi cabs, something which is especially important, as you know, during these tough economic times. And as a result, NYC and Company, our official tourism and marketing organization, has been aggressively establishing new collaborations to drive more travel to our city. And today, we're excited to announce the latest step in these efforts. It is a new partnership with a great corporate citizen and company that has a long history of doing business in New York City, American Airlines. And as part of this new 2-year deal, American will have exclusive promotional and advertising opportunities in some of NYC and Company's major tourism initiatives. In return, NYC and Company will receive $3.5 million in cash, which grows its marketing budget by more than 15%. It will also receive $4.5 million in the form of advertising and promotional support, such as American Airlines ads in other markets that encourage people to fly to New York City. And that brings me to the second exciting part of today's announcement. As CEO Gerard Arpey will explain in a few moments, American Airlines is establishing a new alliance with JetBlue, our city's hometown airline, and it's all part of a new comprehensive effort by American to expand its presence here in New York City. The airline is planning to increase its number of regional and international flights at JFK, LaGuardia, and Newark airports. At the same time, it is going to invest $30 million into upgrading its terminals at our city's 2 airports, which will help put more New Yorkers to work and pump more money into our economy. But its new alliance with JetBlue will perhaps produce the greatest benefits for our city by offering Americans' international customers simple connections to JetBlue's network of domestic routes. More of Americans' travelers will now use New York City, we think, as a gateway, since JetBlue has its hub here. And here's the best part. With more of Americans' international customers connecting through New York, there's a strong likelihood that many of these travelers will extend their layover here into a one-night stay or even longer. And in anticipation of this additional business, NYC and Company is launching its new Stopover and Stay campaign, which will specifically target people with flight connections and encourage them to stay longer in our city through hotel deals and other great offers. And now our marketing partnership with American and American's new alliance with JetBlue will keep us on track to hit our ultimate goal of drawing 50 million visitors annually by 2012. And I think that, above all, today's announcement underscores the fact that the world's biggest and most successful companies are confident in New York City's future.
One of the significant milestones, not only in our history, but I dare say in the United States of America's history, occurred over a half-century ago when American Airlines and New York teamed up to launch the country's first ever coast-to-coast jet service between what was then known as Idlewild Airport and Los Angeles. And for those of you who've been around a while, that made the cover of Time magazine. New York is an enormously important city to us for many reasons. As you know, it is one of the cornerstones of our network, along with Dallas-Fort Worth, Miami, Chicago, and Los Angeles, all important business markets and gateways to our own international network and those of our partners. Millions of American Airlines customers live here. Moreover, this is obviously one of the world's top business and tourist destinations. And as a gateway between the United States and the rest of the world, New York plays a very strategic role in our global network. The New York area is also home to more than 11,000 American Airlines employees and retirees. And we are very proud of the role we play as a major catalyst for the local economy. We're here today to build on our commitment to New York and to describe how we intend to continue our momentum beyond what we have already accomplished here. Let me begin by describing the partnership agreement we have reached with JetBlue. As everyone here knows, Dave and his colleagues have proven to be very able competitors and have built a strong presence here in New York and elsewhere. And despite the deal we're announcing today, our two airlines will continue to be adversaries in many markets where we compete today. But with that as background, we are announcing a partnership whereby our two airlines will cooperate in New York and Boston to provide our customers with interline service in non-overlapping markets, which will offer them more choices and more convenient connections. Our two teams are also exploring other commercial cooperation, including establishing a reciprocal frequent flyer program. Our partnership will focus on routes into and out of New York's Kennedy and Boston's Logan Airport that complement and extend the reach of our respective networks. We want to help ensure that not only is American the airline of choice for business and leisure travelers alike, but that New York remains top of mind for all travelers. We are excited about the opportunities for cross-promotion and sponsorship that will highlight everything this great city has to offer and the connectivity we have built between New York and the rest of the world through our global network.
Again, I'm very pleased to be here today on behalf of 12,000 crew members, New York's hometown airline at JetBlue, signifying the commencement of an exciting interline agreement with American Airlines, our newest partner that takes advantage of JetBlue's strong position at both JFK, our home airport, as well as Boston Logan's Airport, where we are the largest domestic airline. We're very excited that starting in the second quarter, it looks like the June timeframe, customers will be able to purchase a single itinerary on 18 JetBlue routes to Boston or to JFK that connect with 12 of American Airlines international flights or destinations, including cities such as Buenos Aires, London, as well as Tokyo. These flights will be available for purchase through a single booking process on AA.com. This is an agreement that recognizes JetBlue's powerful North American network. It also extends and complements both of our networks, providing seamless check-in and backdrop services to our customers who, for instance, wish to fly from Burlington, Vermont, as Gerard mentioned, to Paris on American Airlines. Very exciting opportunities for the 22 million customers who flew on JetBlue last year. Gerard, thank you for hosting us today. As we think about the path forward, our teams, what I've heard over the last 9 months to almost a year, are working very hard between Dallas, between New York, and coming up to really fruition, leading to today's announcement. What that means ahead of us, I think your 80,000 employees, our 12,000 crew members, we have unlimited future potential as we talk about some of the opportunities that are out there. We just celebrated 10 years, your heritage is 80 years. You flew the first jet flight from Idlewild, now JFK, out to Los Angeles. You obviously fly larger airplanes than we fly. But I'm honored to be here as part of today's announcement here in New York. Very much looking forward to the future. Thank you so much.
That is the kind of commitment that American Airlines has had to this community and to this city, and its vision which leads us to today. You know, America is the greatest country on the planet, in my estimation, and the greatest city in the greatest country is New York. And so what better introduction to the greatest country is to make sure that New York remains the gateway to our great country. And what this agreement does, it means that people who will come for the first time to this great country, they'll come through this great city. And those individuals who are here, they will have opportunities to reunite their families all across this great country because these two airlines have got together.